Okay, you guys, so for those of you who've been watching my channel, you know that the majority of my plant collection, well over 200 plants at this point, the majority of my purchases has been made online. And I would say roughly, to be fair, 85% to almost 90% of my plants have been from me purchasing online. You already know my backstory in regards to the big box stores in my area that forces me to do so. But the good thing about it is when I do that, I do have variety of learning the best shops to go to with the best prices and things of that nature, and that's a plus. But what if you actually purchase plants and it does not go as well as you planned? So today, you guys, I will be sharing with you some plants that I purchased from this seller with an unexpected result or something that I did not expect to happen. By the way, my name is Pam and this is my plant journey. Okay, so you guys, I don't even know if this is a thing, but I think I finally may have gotten off of the Hoya bus. Is that a thing? Is that even possible to get off the Hoya bus? I feel like I have a little bit because my eyes have not been drawn too much to Hoyas as much as it has been over the past few months, a whole year, if even. And I'm actually looking at my Hoya collection because I have probably over 100 at this point, and I'm thinking of ways to actually curate that to suit my particular love, if that makes sense. But I've gotten off of that bus and I've entered a new bus into the world of succulents and cacti. And I think the reason, you guys, that I have been drawn to this particular species of plants now is because my collection is vast and it's large. And so I love the succulents because they grow slow. They're not as fast as our tropical plants growing. And they really do save space. Also, too, you can kind of like, I'm learning as I go along anyway, that you can pretty much sit it and forget it. And it still will reward you with some form of beautiful growth, possibly beautiful sun stressing. And so I decided to go ahead and purchase some succulents and cacti because I wanted a different variety of just plants that you don't see regularly available, at least from my experience, in the big box stores. This particular shop I came across on Palm Street. Palm Street has really been my go-to place as far as shopping online outside of Etsy. And if I come across small businesses that operate online, I will try my best to, shop there first. But my go-to thus far has really been a lot of the shops on Palm Street. This particular place, I brought some succulents and I would like to share with you guys what I've actually received. Now, the ones that I'm about to show you guys, they are not my complete purchase from this place. I have some that I want to share with you in another video that I'm doing a little later. So anyway, let's start off and jump into it. So this one right here, you guys, I really, really love. By the way, these plants came bare root, and I'll probably talk a little bit about that a little later. But this right here, you guys, is my Echinopsis cactus, or AKA the peanut cactus. As you can see, she may be a little bit bruised right here, but I'm really not really focused too much on that. The thing that made me want to purchase this plant is not only the size, but really the pups. As you can see, it's a lot of babies here, and then there's a little baby right here. I don't really care too much about plants that's bruised up. Sometimes you're not going to get plants in pristine condition. I feel like that's a little bit unrealistic. I like how I have her in this pot. I have her topped off with the white rocks. And she is being grown underneath my grow light, and I'm interested to see really what the babies are going to do. I feel like eventually, who knows how long it's going to take, right? But eventually it will grow up and possibly even cover this. But again, it doesn't really matter to me. You guys know that I'm really into colors, particularly those maroon, deep reds, possibly jet black, or just something that just really pops outside of your sea of green. And so This particular one really spoke to that vibe for me. And this is my Cressula Calico Kitten. And guys, I think it's such a beautiful plant. I think I'm really going to have a good time growing her out if she works out in my environment. But I really love that dark red. And then if you look at the leaves, the little baby leaves is coming in green. It's so beautiful. Like, I really am loving the color. So my goal, I'm hoping that if I'm able to keep her alive, she will be able to start trailing. I think trailing, and if she starts trailing, I might pot her directly into this pot, because I do like the contrast of this dark red with this peachy color. I think it's very pretty. But yeah, I've never seen this one before. I've never even heard of it. The name is what really captured me outside of the beautiful colors that I see. I mean, Calico Kitten, that's a fun name. So that just grabbed me alone, and I love this plant. So I'm excited to see what I'll be able to do with this one. I've really been into creating my own little succulent gardens here and there. It's something whimsical here. I go with that word, whimsical, but it's something very whimsical to me as far as just the design and aesthetics. I can look at that particular garden and I feel at peace. You know, I'm just more geared towards doing things that give me more inner peace, if that makes sense, in such a chaotic world, right? But let me show you one. So this right here, which I really like, is just this right here. Is 3 different kinds that I put in here. This one right here in front, you guys, is the Eve's Needle. This right here is an Euphorbia. Euphorbia echinensis. I'm going to put the name on the screen. And then this guy right here is another Euphorbia. It's a Euphorbia macalensis. And I think it's funky and cool. You see I have the multicolored rocks. It just really promotes a desert vibe to me. I really like it. It is just like, it's just so beautiful. So I know that these plants will grow slowly. It won't take up a lot of space. And when they do grow, for the most part, they're going to pretty much just shoot up. It's rare that they'll bush. At best, they probably will just provide me with the little pups on the side, which I think adds a really fun, funky feel to just looking at a desert feel here. This other one, I just picked these 2 succulents because I've never seen them before. I like the way that they look. Just the structure of it alone just seems a little bit different. And that's what I'm going after now. I'm really looking at plants that's different. With the Hoyas, some of the leaves may look a little bit similar, but then you're actually buying the Hoyas at that point in the hopes of having these beautiful different blooms. And that's what my heart was going after with the Hoyas. But over time, if you collect as many as I have, you really want to like streamline that. And so when I crossed over to the succulents, my goal is to really get colors, textures, and something that just looks different. This right here, you guys, I really like this one. It's very cute and pretty. This is a sedum silver squill. And I've never seen this plant before. I think it's very funky with the pointed leaves. Now, I don't know if it's like the leaves die back or if they fall off. I'm not sure. But I do think it gives a very unique structure. Then right here, you guys, this is an actual Cressula. It's called Shimperii. It's a Pitoris. But I love the color and the funky way that it's growing out. I felt like the uniqueness of both plants really paired well together. I have it top dressed with this little subtle like light. These are the fine stones that kind of resemble sand. And so I used this for some of my smaller succulents, but I just felt like this would give a vibe. It kind of goes well with the bottom part of this, along with this beautiful, it's a different shade of pink, but that along with the green, it just really pops. And yeah, I'm really loving the vibe here. It's so different. And I know for a fact, you guys, I wouldn't have seen either one of these plants in a big box store. I could hang it up. Hang it up. Now, this last one is also a succulent garden, small one. I have 3 different kinds of succulents in here. I don't know if the camera can see, but you see I have the colorful rocks on the top. And when I look at this one, I just think of serenity to me. I'm not sure. Hopefully I'll be able to keep this one really growing and going and alive. Let's start off with this little plants you see right here, you guys. This is actually a sedum minor. It's a Dasyphyllum lilac. And since I've had her, she's actually pumped up because she was like laid down flat in the soil. And that was my goal with her. I want to see if I'll be able to get her to trail a little bit down here, or at least grow up. And since I've had her, she has popped up a little bit, like in this area here and there. They do provide, if you give them enough light, which I haven't really focused on giving them light. She is on my windowsill in my kitchen, so she is getting some light, but it's subtle. It's not really beaming light, but this plant is known to turn beautiful reddish hues and things of that nature. So I think that would be really beautiful once I do blast it with light. But right now I'm just giving them a time to settle in their new home. This right here is a Chloe. This is a variegated butterfly is what they call it. I love that beautiful light subtle cream with the subtleness of the pinkish hue that it has. It's almost like iridescent, translucent. Very beautiful, but I think it just makes it pop even more. And then this plant right here, this is an Aeonium Linleyi. Linleyi. These names again, you guys, I will be putting it on the screen because I don't know how bad I'm butchering the plant. But as you can see, I love how this plant is growing as well. Just like a little bushy formation with little flowers, if y'all can see that. It's such a beautiful plant, and I love the structure. Oh my goodness. Let me just look at the leaves, you guys. Very beautiful plants. The reason why I'm even doing this video is because I want to make it clear to you guys that when you shop online, period, you take a chance, and you have to be willing to take a chance with certain shops if you decide to go down this line. If you're a person that don't want to really take chances, and I get it, we all work hard for our money, you know, we want to make sure that we get the best bang for our bucks and things of that nature. But if you're not comfortable enough to order online and you want to stick to the big box stores, if you have that option to do so, then by all means do it. But if not, you know, I think it's good for us to actually learn some other places of where we can get plants and maybe find a good deal here and there. This place had a 5-star rating because one of the things you do want to do is you want to check the reviews before you even make your purchases, especially when you're entering a new place. And that's what this was. This was a newly business that I've never purchased plants from. The thing that drew me to this particular shop was the fact that they had a very low shipping cost. Again, as I mentioned earlier, these plants were shipped bare root, which I feel like that may be the reason why the cost was lower, a little bit lower than what I'm used to seeing to pay for. Overall, I love the plants that I received. Communicating with the staff there has been a pleasant communication. I feel like their customer service is, as far as verbally, their customer service is pretty good with communicating on a timely fashion, seemingly concerned with any issues that you may have. When I received my package, I was missing 3 plants. The 3 plants. I get 1, even 2, but 3 plants not in my order. Just like, wow, what happened here, you know? And when I was communicating with them, now the end result of this, you guys, I did get my money back. They kind of left the ball in my court as far as what to do. So I requested a refund, which they did refund my money. So, you know, no harm, no foul there. So I didn't get my complete order. I've never had that happen before. Honestly, you guys, I've never had that happen. So that was something different. Another thing that I really did not never have happen, and I don't know if this speaks to the low cost of the shipping or not, but when I received my box was just stepped like beat up. I mean, really beat up. Now, granted, I am a fair consumer by every means of the word fair. And I realized that the way that we receive packages through the mail is no reflection of the actual shop owner. They can't control it once it leaves their hands and go on to the mail carrier. I did believe I took a picture of it and sent it to them as well because I wanted to outline and show them the condition in which I received that box. And not for them to be held accountable, but for them to know that, okay, this is the carrier that you're using and this is the representation that your carrier has provided. So you may want to change or look into other options in regards to your mail carrier. Another thing that bothered me, honestly, there was two last things that kind of bothered me. One was the box. The box wasn't a plain box, you guys. The box was an old Amazon box, and it had the word paper towels on it. Now, backstory in regards to that. My husband had called me because when the package came, I was at work, and my husband called me and said, "You got a package here. Looks like paper towels." And I told him, I said, "Paper towels? I didn't order any paper towels." I said, I just ordered plants. I said, "Are you sure you're reading it right?" Because I said, "It shouldn't be paper towels." I said, I got plants from a plant nursery. Why is it paper towels?" Again, I've never had this experience ever. So unbeknownst to me, I get home and that was the case. And so I did not know how to feel about this. It was in an Amazon box. So in my mind, honestly, from a business perspective, I'm putting on my business hat as well as my customer hat. And a lot of thoughts is just going on through my mind. And the first thing that came to my mind when I saw this box, I'm like, okay, what business are we representing here? Your business or Amazon? And I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that. I don't know if I would do that if I was a business owner per se. Now, granted, sometimes when you start out, you use what you have available. Heck, I mean, if you're sending something to a friend, you may grab an Amazon box. But when you're a business and you're trying to grow your business successfully, your name, it matters. It matters. At least I think it matters. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. So that kind of like threw me off a little bit. Now, mind you, I've never received an Amazon box from another company. So, ever. I did not really know how to feel about that. Another thing that kind of threw me off was, in the box, they gave me a sticker, and they gave me this cool little funky pen, and they gave little candies. Those little gumdrop, little ball suckers, those real tiny ones. You know those ones you probably get a whole lot of them in a bag. They gave me about a total of 4 or 5 of them. But the presentation in which I received it, you guys, one of them was stuck. I can't make this up. One of them was stuck on the top part of the tape that was on the box. And when I saw the tape, I was like, oh, they gave me candy. So they gave me candy. Oh, wow. So as I go in the box and I'm picking out these plants. Now, mind you, these plants are shipped bare root, wrapped in tissue paper. Bare root in the box. So as I go through, and I'm also going back, remind you, I didn't get 3 of my plants, so I'm going carefully through all the tissue box and through the tissue paper in the box. And when I finally get to the bottom of the box, I see a total of maybe 3 or 4 more suckers just in the bottom of the box. And I'm laughing because the feeling is coming back, you guys. I don't know if this experience traumatized me or not, but my first thought was, ew. I'm not going to lie, because I'm like, why would... Now, them suckers went in the trash. I mean, seriously. How comfortable... First of all, I can't be overthinking this, right? How comfortable can I be with putting one of them candies in my mouth when I know they were just thrown in the bottom of the box with loosely packaged, soiled plants, and I'm supposed to be comfortable consuming that as a consumer? I cannot be. Guys, this place has a 5-star rating, and they've done thousands, and I mean thousands of sales. When I say thousands of sales, I mean over 10,000. And I'm looking at the comments, and the comments, they were all good comments. And it had me thinking, it had me double checking myself as a purchaser, which is crazy. I'm like, okay, am I the only one that experienced this? And I'm like, nah, I can't be the only one that have experienced this. Those was the 3 strikes to me. The way the box was packaged, the fact that you used the Amazon box, and then you put candy that was acceptable to be contaminated by items that's not even to be consumed. To me, in my mind, I was like, geez, great ideas, but poorly executed in my opinion. If I was going to go that route, sweet treats, that's really a good thing. But loosely like that, you should have put it in a Ziploc bag or something. I don't know. It just should have been something separate that would have protected the integrity of the candy along with the plants. Now, when I was looking through people comments, everybody was talking about the quality of the plants and how much they love the plants. So it begged me to wonder, okay, I have to ask you guys, and please, if you're able to comment, be as honest as possible, because I did not know if I'm overthinking it. I feel like I'm not. My perspective is first impressions, no matter what it is, how it sets the tone for how your relationship will continue moving forward, right? The presentation that I received, although they were nice, they refunded my money, and that's cool. The presentation that I received, it completely showed me the opposite of what we talked about. And me personally, as a buyer, using my hard-earned money, I don't really appreciate that. And so, would I go back to this place? No, I will not shop at this place again. Again, like I said, I can't get past that packaging. To me, the packaging said you was just more or less concerned about a sale. You wanted to get it out there, and you wanted to do some form of good measure, but it was lack of thought. You just threw candies loosely in boxes, used boxes with a whole different company name on there, but you're a business, so I'm like, nah, I pass. I do a hard pass. I shared all of my honest feedback with them. They did say thank you for my feedback, that my feedback was valuable. So I do feel vindicated in at least sharing my thoughts. And the way that I worded it, you guys, I think it was as professional and as nice as anyone could, because I do know that sometimes people can become very irate when things don't work in their way. But my personal experience, being irate does not always win in situations like that. And one thing also about myself that I know that I do, I give a lot of this gift, but I don't get it in return. And that is the gift of grace. Now, I'm also giving this business the gift of grace because you guys are probably saying, okay, Pam, what's the name of this business? I'm not going to disclose that. I'm not going to disclose that for two reasons. One, I give grace. We are all not perfect. We do make mistakes. My second main important reason why I'm not disclosing the name is because I gave them my feedback. I gave them my feedback, and I feel like it would not be fair, because I give grace. I feel like it would not be fair for me to give out this name if I never gave them an opportunity to take my feedback and hopefully make some changes, right? Now, the sad part about it is I'll never know whether or not if they implemented the changes or not, because, again, they lost a customer in me, because first impressions mean a lot to me. It really does. It means how much a person cares. Yeah. And also, too, that whole feel of treat people the way you want to be treated. I would have never done that to somebody. I would have never done that if I'm just sending it to a friend. I'm going to make sure. I just wouldn't have done that. So my question to you guys, please, if you are able to respond, do y'all think am I over exaggerating my experience? Should I only be focusing on receiving plants of good quality? Now, y'all seen some of the succulents. I am very happy with the plants that I received. I'm not having any bad, negative review in regards to the plant. But for me, as a person that's purchasing it's more to me than just about the plant. I look for the entire experience. It's like when you go to a restaurant, right? It's not about just good food, right? At least it shouldn't be. It should be about the ambiance. It should be about the staff. It should be about the cleanliness of the restaurant that you're in. All of these things plays a factor and a role of to whether or not if you're going to come back, right? So my experience that I've had with them in regards to what I just shared with you, I would not come back. I didn't put their name out because I wanted this video not to be a bashing session for a particular business. I put this video out because I want y'all to fully understand that you take a risk. It doesn't matter how many sales a person has done. It doesn't even matter what kind of rating they have. Again, this business is a 5-star rating. I did not see anybody put any bad comments. so even outside of all of that, even when you do your due diligence prior to actually purchasing from a place that you've never been to, just understand, you guys, that you do take a chance, and you have to be willing in your mind mentally to be okay with taking an L in some regard somewhere here and there. Did I take an L financially? No, because again, I got my money back. But I did take a loss as far as the experience, in my opinion. But all in all, I got my beautiful succulents to show, and it's still beautiful. And when I look at them, they do bring a smile on my face. So I guess that's a win-win, right? Always got to look at the positive. Anyway, you guys, this ends this video. Let me know if you have this plant right here and the care. I'm curious. Right now, I'm pretty much doing the underwatering type of situation. I haven't watered any of the plants because they were bare root. I'm just letting them get acclimated to their new home and get their footing first before I give them their first drink. Y'all have a blessed day, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.